Hey guys, today's Tuesday, October the 31st of 2023, and I wanted to go over the dollar, energy, and metals. So without any further delay, let's get into it. Happy Halloween for those that are trick-or-treating today with your loved ones and family and kiddos. So looking at uranium futures, UX2, as you can see, we are chucking along, took out the 73.30 high, pushing, and it looks like the target, if it continues, will be 77, which is my ultimate target. The only thing concerns me is that we're going to be entering the 7-year cycle. And I've been saying this for a while, so I want to see what price action is going to do once we enter November. And that's going to be next week. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of price action is going to happen once we get into November, once the 7-year cycle hits. So that's my only concern, but other than that, looking good into November. Coal still at 128. I was looking at this high over here of that was 138, but it looks like it's now pulled back in. So I was checking out these highs over here, 149, or yeah, these are closes. So these are double tops here. Coal kind of just stalled here, and now it's like pushing in. So we'll see how coal will play out in the month of November. Looking at crude, now it's getting a little weaker, kind of a little below 83. 84 is at 37.5. MACD's negative, SOAPs are negative. And there is some support here on the daily, which is at 82.21 and that 81.50. So I want to see if this is going to be a fail new low and then do another leg higher, test this 89, and then see what's going to happen next, if it's going to go on hunt 93. But so far, it's on the weaker side. Our barb is in the same thing, as in the range. As you can see on the daily, MACD is negative. And the MACD on the weekly is just choppy. But so far, path of least resistance is to the downside. So far, 226 is holding right here on RBOB. And natural gas, as you can see, you got this gap. I don't even know. I don't think it's filled it. Nope. And now it's getting a little bounce up. MACD is positive. On the weekly, it's kind of choppy, but as of right now, positive. The weekly candles are looking positive, and the daily is still positive. You got this gap fill, and now you got another gap fill. So a couple of things to keep in mind there. Heating oil, now below trend line, but you have support at 283, and you got a MACD sell-off or signal go short, and on the daily also. And you're in this range of 283 all the way to 325, but more on the weaker side. As you can see, that's the trend line. So that's that for heating oil. We'll go now into gold. You can see gold having a tough time at that 2022. It's at 2006. MACD's positive, although the MACD on the daily is kind of negative, or not kind of negative. But you can see the price action is going kind of sideways, grinding a little higher, and kind of the same thing with the dollar. And silver, we finally got a positive candle here, trend, but still in the MOBO. So you need at least close above 23.73 to at least get back in this game to test this high of 25. MACD is positive. The SOAPs are getting positive, so I wouldn't short it here, although the MACD is just chopping here back and forth, but it's looking positive. It's like it went up, pulled back, and now it looks like it wants to do another leg higher, but it looks like it failed these trend lines right here. And maybe it wants to try it again, but so far the weekly is looking positive. Copper, same thing, got positive, but you need to close at least out of 375 or above to get to Momo, but you have to deal with these trend lines. The MACD is positive. This could be a snapback, but on the daily, it's very, it's trending. So it will be dangerous to short here. But so far, you got PPS buy signal. MACD is positive, and it looks like it's building momentum. You see the Stokes are, above the 50%, so that's good. And palladium, you can see on the weekly, you got the sell, this nice spike, and then now they're selling it again. So somebody's aggressively selling. Although the MACD is positive, you got the Stokes kind of in mid zone here. This was kind of mixed, but I wouldn't go long right now because it could probably push lower. I don't see anything positive here. Let's go into the dollar real quick. So dollar, let's see, since this 9th TD9 candle, October the 3rd, you had one sell, two, three PPS, one, and two buy PPS. This level is a strong level here, 105.83 right now. And you got this level right here, support, 105.53 and 105.36. You look at the weekly, because this is all just noise. It's just oscillating back and forth. It hasn't decided what it really wants to do. If you look at the weekly, just look over here. You see on the weekly, we had a TD9, and it's just back and forth, back and forth. This candle looked a little weaker, but this one is still positive, and the trend is still up. So you need to close at least 105.22, 105.36 for at least to continue to push lower with strength. But so far, it's just going sideways. So nothing to worry about there. Let's go into CCJ. I'm going to close with this one. This is one I used to follow and trade. I'm just watching it now. And we got Tom D. Mark TD13 candle that kicked in the month of September. MACD is still positive. Linear regressions channels are pointing up above all the moving averages. Yep. The only thing is the TD Mark indicator here. Volume was very negative for the month of October and very strong. Also, this is the 42 month with a price action of 42 high, price and time balance. That's one of Gann's theory, to look for these kind of things. You got TD Mark knife candle also here on the weekly that kicked in on, interesting, 9/11. So you got a high of 42.17. You got PPS sell signal. You're in the mobile bands. MACD is negative. And you're kind of in the mid zone right here. Above the clouds is all positive. Above the 20, above the 50, trending. Linear regressions channels pointing up. So we need to get a close above 39.25 in order to retest this 42. We got to make sure we don't close below 37.20. Now you go to the daily. And the daily, the linear regression channels are pointing down. Now you're in the cloud in the short term. You need to hold 36.86. Now there's a strong level here of 37.90, 36.88. You're chopping around the 20 and the 50 SMA. You got the 100 right here. And earnings report, I think, comes out today. Conference call today. So there's numbers coming out today. So you got to keep an eye on that and watch. It could probably be very volatile. So far as of right now, but this could change once the report comes out or the numbers. There's a negative MACD. Volume has been kind of on the lighter side. With a PPS sell signal here that kicked in 9:29, but then you got a buy signal that kicked in also on 10:17. So you're kind of like in unknown, not unknown, but kind of like limbo here, just kind of floating around in the cloud. So let's see if we could get out of the cloud. The only thing is that if we get a nice bounce, you got this linear regression channel right here that could stall, but if it continues, then obviously it's going to test that 42.17 and watching the futures to see if it could at least get to 77. I'll be working on my uranium spot price monthly video coming out where I see where we close and see, in regards to price action, where we are and geometry and everything. So stay tuned for that. And I think I'll leave it at here. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the dollar, the energy, and the metals.